Hi, my name's Daliah Hurwitz, and I'm Wintergreen's in-house sports massage therapist. But along with that, I've also been a professional sports massage therapist for many different national and international teams around the world for the past 22 years. Mainly I worked in rugby, but there are other athletes I've worked with singularly as well. And whether you're an athlete or a team, there are certain things that are non-negotiable when you're training. You have to have a good warm-up. Certain things are going to happen on the field, certain injuries and bumps and bruises, and you have to have a good recovery protocol. At Wintergreen, we work on the holistic side of looking after an athlete, looking after the before, the during, and the after. And our products look to improve the warm-up, to help when things do go wrong on the field, and to help athletes and players find a recovery protocol that works for them. That's why we have a range of different products. And today I want to tell you a little bit about a few of them, things that an athlete or a player can use, as well as a physio or a trainer can keep in their on-field bag. First, let's look at the warm-up. So what we've done at Wintergreen is we realize that people are individuals and not everyone likes the same kind of heat or wants the same kind of product when they are training in hot conditions or cold conditions, night or in the day. So we've come up with a range of 4 different products. We have the muscle warmer, and this is for those that don't like much of a heat. It's a mild kind of heat, and it's also good for those who are starting out. They're not used to using a warming up product. When they do warm up, they're used to maybe just jogging or cycling. This is for those who maybe feel a little bit stiff and sore before they train, and if they're lucky enough to have a massage therapist, this is what they will rub into your muscles. But even an athlete by themselves can rub this into their own muscles. You need to work quite hard and give quite a friction to get the heat going when you are massaging this into muscles. It's wonderful for warm weather in the day, and it's a nice starting point. But some athletes like a little bit more heat, and this is one I use a lot when I'm working with rugby players before a training session. It is called Muscle Warm Up Ultra. It has a little bit of liquid pepper extract in it, and what that does is it warms the muscles up, yes, when you are massaging them, also a nice friction rub for about 5 to 10 minutes. But when the athlete is moving, it gets the circulation going even more and helps the athlete to stay warmer for longer while they're on the field. So that stiffness and soreness that you feel at the beginning of a training session or the beginning of a warm-up kind of loosens up a lot faster, helping to prevent soft tissue injuries from happening. We have one other option as well. And this one is great for colder conditions. I'd say this is more of a winter kind of product. But for those who maybe don't like a massage, but just still need that heat and that circulation, we have hot muscle cream. This is not a massage agent like the other 2 are. This cream goes immediately into the skin when you put it on. It will go into the muscles, and when you start to move, that will be when the heat begins to kick in. And believe me, it does kick in. It's quite an intense product. So I like to use it on small areas like a calf or a pec muscle, or something where you know you're going to feel it, but it's not going to take over your whole mindset when you're on the field. It's great for those people who maybe don't want that greasy kind of feeling that the other 2 products when you massage with them have. It's a cream and it goes straight in. Also for those who maybe don't want any kind of substance on their skin, but they still need the warm-up, we have an option of a heat spray. This is also very intense. It has the liquid pepper extract and will only start to work once you start to move. A lot of people maybe get this wrong and they put it on, they don't feel anything, so they put a bit more on, and then they go out into the field and wow, do they feel the kick of it. So make sure before you reapply, you actually put a little bit on, move around a little bit, feel if that kind of heat sensation is something you like, and then decide if you need more. This is wonderful for freezing cold conditions or nighttime games. It's good because the heat stays for longer. So if you're moving, you're feeling it, but also when you're standing still, you still have that heat sensation. It's also very hygienic to use at the moment. Nobody's touching you, just spray it on the area that's needed. Good for those hard to reach places. Wonderful for that. So we have an array. You can almost call it a gauge. Mild, medium, hot, and hot. Something for everyone. Great for an athlete to keep that with them in their kit bag, but for physios and trainers that maybe need something a little bit more, we do have bigger options because in your practice, you maybe need to use this a little bit more often. And we have this in all the different sizes, all the different intensities, I mean. And that's what I want to look at for the warm-up. They're extra tools that you can add to your warm-up when you maybe just need that extra kick. I know when I'm working with my rugby players before a game, I probably see about 10 to 15 players for a hamstring or a lower back or a calf that need just that little bit of extra warmth to get them going before they go onto the field. Once you're on the field, so we're talking about during now, things happen. Bumps and bruises happen, knocks, and yes, physio assessment, doctor assessment is the most important thing. But if we can do something to help alleviate that pain while they're being assessed or before they can get assessed, like when you have a sprain on the field or something, then that's what Wintergreen has looked to do with their ice spray. You basically give it a good shake, spray it onto the area, ankle, a joint, and it's going to go cold immediately. And that's because of the menthol and the peppermint and the wintergreen in this product. Wintergreen is a topical analgesic, and that means it's working on reducing inflammation, it's working on reducing pain in the area. So this is a perfect something to keep in your kit bag when you know that things can happen and you might need to get to a doctor, but something that helps relieve that pain a little bit of time before. Also very nice to do is spray the ice spray on the area and then put an ice pack over. This will help to keep the area colder for longer while you're waiting for that assessment. Once you've reached the point where you have been assessed, the injury is looked after, and now it's part of recovery, you can move over onto the icy arnica gel. This is great because it has arnica in the product. So even though there might be swelling, when you are able to touch the area lightly, you're likely going to put this on that swollen, bruised area, and the arnica and the wintergreen and the menthol in this will help to speed up the healing properties. We call that our crisis management range. So we've looked at our heating products and our crisis management or cooling range. And now I want to just mention 3 of our recovery products. There's one that I absolutely love, and it is called menthol hot gel. And it's kind of a bridging product between the recovery and all the injury and the recovery. What's lovely about it is, depending on how you use it, it's either going to go hot or cold. And that's because of the amount of menthol and wintergreen in the product. What I like to do as a massage therapist is, after I have worked on a player, given him a massage, I will then lightly just rub this over his legs or his back, and it gives a lovely cold sensation, very refreshing for the body, but also still working on relieving any inflammation and pain that he might have from the day's training. It's also lovely for an athlete themselves if they've come off the field and they just feel a little bit stiff and sore, to rub this straight on. It's a nice way to immediately start that healing process. If, however, an athlete comes off the field or they come to me with a spasm, let's say spasm in the back, I might not massage with oil. I might massage straight with the menthol hot gel. And what I'll do then is I will work much harder with this actual product on that area. What happens is the menthol will heat up, and this gets the circulation to heat up and improve. And this will help to loosen that muscle faster, while still working on those analgesic properties of reducing pain and working on the inflammation in that area. So this is my hot and cold therapy in a tube. Lovely for an athlete themselves, but also for your physios and your athletic trainers. We do have the bigger options, and I go through many of these in a month. Another one for recovery that an athlete can use themselves and that I recommend 2-3 times a week is our magnesium soap. It's pure magnesium. So it's a little bit more than Epsom salts. Epsom salts is magnesium sulfate. This is magnesium sulfate plus magnesium chloride. And this just helps to add extra benefits of the things that magnesium does for the body. When we exercise, we sweat, and we sweat out a lot of our magnesium, and this can cause cramping and muscle fatigue. So what we are doing with this magnesium soap is helping the body to put back and replenish that magnesium that we have lost to hopefully help cramping to be lessened and hopefully not happen, and also to help the muscles recover faster, to prevent stiffness from being so intense that following day. We as athletes know what DOMS are, delayed onset muscle soreness, and if you can add something to your bath that relaxes the muscles, helps the bones, the nervous system, the muscular system to relax and to recover faster, then this is definitely a great option to try. What's lovely about it is it comes in little sachets, so you don't have to think about how much you want to put in your bath. I'd say if someone hasn't used it before, I would start with half a sachet and then see how it feels. You're not going to put it in a boiling hot bath because that will cause the product not to work as well. So you want to have a nice bath that you can relax in, but that is not too hot. Stir it around, bath for about 10-15 minutes. If you're someone who likes to bath, you can line it for longer. And this is just going to help start that detox process. Speaking of that detox process, the only time I'd say you don't use a soak like this is the night before you're going to play a game or be in a competition. You don't want the body to still be detoxing the following day when you need to be at your peak. So I would say in a week, after your main training sessions on a Monday or maybe a Wednesday, if you're going to be playing a game on a Saturday, the Monday and the Wednesday are great. And then definitely after your competition, straight afterwards, if you can, to get into a magnesium soak bath would be perfect for recovery. Just speeds up that recovery time as well and helps with sleep. Another one is our hot mustard soak. Fantastic for freezing cold conditions, but also wonderful if you love that wintergreen smell, that mentholy kind of smell. What you do, this one also comes in a sachet, and by placing this in a bath, also warm bath, not boiling hot. When you bath in this, your body begins to sweat because of the hot mustard in the product, and you sweat out a lot of that the toxins that the body was carrying from the exercise. So it helps to prevent that DOMS again from being so intense the following day or 2 days afterwards. It helps the muscles to really relax because the body is heating up so much that the muscles can de-stress and feel less tense. It's a wonderful, because it has wintergreen in it, it has wonderful anti-inflammatory properties as well, and helps those joints to hopefully reduce the inflammation and the pain, and helps an athlete or anybody to feel like they're recovering faster. Because you're relaxed as well, it also helps with sleep. And I know a lot of athletes, rugby players and other kinds, that like to mix the two, and we call it a DOMS bomb. And it is something that if you'd like to try, it's another option for recovery, and something that as athletes and rugby players, I know we use a lot in our teams. I hope this has been informative, and if you are interested in learning more about Wintergreen products, you can go to our website, wintergreensport.com. You'll find out about all the products, how you can buy them online, as well as about each and every product. And when you do get the products, you will get a guide on the warm-up before, the during, and the after, explaining just a little bit on what you need to know about each product. We also have videos on YouTube and an Instagram page, Wintergreen Sport. So if you enjoy what you saw, let us know and go have a look.